Hello everyone, welcome back to the Technology of Thought Institute. Today I have a video where I am going to break down my top 5 female artists. Oh, there you go. It was missing over here. My top 5 female artists. First I just want to say that none of these people are on this list for any reasons like, oh, they're hot or something like that. In fact, I probably wouldn't date any of these people. They're geniuses. They, in my opinion, are some of the most talented people, male or female, in the record industry right now. But yeah, this is totally based on their work. Pretty much all of them. I mean, the person I was into the least on this list was still, I've been into them for like 10 years. And then the longest, damn near 20? So these are people who I've listened to for a long time. So there's not a lot of there's no new people, in fact. The newest person, actually no. So there's one person on here that I've probably been listening to for 5 years. I forgot all about them. Yeah, that's true. All right, let me get to the list. All right, first I'm going to start off with my number 1, which is Tori Amos. Now, I fucking love Tori Amos. In fact, I would say she is the most talented person on this list. Possibly the most talented person in the music industry today. I know, a lot of people are going to not like me saying that. But, so Tori and everybody else on this list, they're like niche artists. So they kind of have their own people who are always checking for their shit, and so they don't operate like a normal celebrity in music, whereas they're going to red carpets and they're going to talk shows or anything like that, because they kind of have like their embedded audience, and they just keep giving their embedded audience what they want, and so that's what I like about the people on this list. So Tori Amos, I mean, goddamn. I mean, she plays piano like she has 3 arms, you know? Like seriously, like the depth and the of her work is just awesome. Now, I love her lyrics. I don't always understand her lyrics, or I might not understand them audioly, or I might not understand them conceptually sometimes. And I gotta be honest, I'm probably a little bit shallow in how I listen to her. I know she's saying deep stuff all the time, but just the ride of how she puts everything together and composes everything is just very impressive to me. And yeah, she's the shit. Number 2, Bjork. No, I love Bjork. And in fact, Bjork is the reason why I cannot stand Lady Gaga. I do not fuck with Lady Gaga. She basically stole Bjork's style of just showing up with crazy shit. But unlike Bjork, she ain't got no good fucking music. All her music is dumpster juice. I'm serious. I do not fuck with Lady Gaga's music at all. It's just not on my alley. I mean, first off, it's pop. So, I'm not fucking with that. Although, I know this is kind of sidetracking because I'm talking about Bjork, but for Lady Gaga, the one time she did impress me is when she did that Christmas commercial with Tony Bennett, because she really sounded good doing that. She sounded like that was what her calling should have been. I wish she had did that. I would have liked her more. But yeah, Bjork. People get Bjork twisted too. They think she's like some pixie, super sensitive, safe space chick or something. But Bjork, if you really listen to the lyrics in Bjork's songs, she is about fucking empowerment. I put her on a level of like a No Scrubs song. She has lots of songs that, obviously they don't sound like No Scrubs, but they have the same message. They have the message of, get the fuck out of my face, give me some space. I'm not here to be your mom. You better get your shit together or something, So she on that type of shit. And then one more thing about her. So there's a videotape on the web. Maybe I'll insert it into this, but where Bjork's at the airport, and there's this reporter sitting there just hounding her, trying to ask her questions, and Bjork just sitting there trying to like mind her own business. You know, she's sitting there like, you know, you can see her like kind of like looking down, like just getting pissed off that this lady keeps asking her questions, and then all of a sudden, she snatched that chick. She had chick's hair and shit. Lady's like, get this bitch off me. So Bjork will go ballistic in a heartbeat. A lot of people think Bjork's all, I don't know, a pussy or some shit. I don't know, but Bjork will cut a bitch. All right, number three is and these aren't really in any order except for Tori Amos, which I said. But number 3 is Kate Bush. Now, obviously, I was late to the table with Kate Bush because she was dropping music before I was born, I'm pretty sure. And so, maybe 10, 12 years ago, I started getting into Kate Bush. And it was the Weather and Heights video. That video is so crazy. I thought I was on drugs when I first saw that shit. I might have been. But yeah, like just I like how all her songs seem like concept songs, and I really, really love that. I love concept music. I love when somebody sits down and they try to create an entire world, you know, for a piece of music, whether an album or a single song. So I love that about Kate Bush. Kate Bush, one thing about Kate Bush, she is fucking beautiful. But she's also so creative that you almost don't even notice how good she looks. You almost have to see a still picture of her to be like, oh yeah, holy shit, this chick is fine as fuck. Because when you're watching the videos, there's just too much going on. And I mean, and to be honest, she might be the mother of everybody else on the list. I'm pretty sure everybody else on this list was a Kate Bush fan. So yeah, Kate Bush. One other song. There's a song that she did with Prince. Oh man. If I find it, I will put it in the words here. It'll be words, and I'll put it there. All right. So we'll go to number 4. Number 4 is PJ Harvey. Now, PJ Harvey used to scare me because she used to look like Marilyn Manson before there was a Marilyn Manson in some of her videos, and so for the longest time I didn't fuck with her. In fact, I didn't fuck with her. Like I say, like her last 4 albums are basically how she got on this list because those were fantastic. She has a couple of loose songs that I've heard that are pretty good too. She has a song with Tricky, the rapper from Britain. I guess coined trip hop. Now, personally, I think that guy sucks, but the song he did with her, man, it was deep. It was like, the imagery in the video and everything. Those Men Will Break Your Bones. I think that's what the name of the song was. Yeah, like domestic abuse shit. Pretty heavy shit. And then number 5. I don't know. This is a kind of a group, so I make the rules, right? This is my channel. Okay. Coco Rosie. These are the latest of all these people who I've gotten into, and Coco Rosie, they have no boundaries, man. They have no boundaries. There ain't nothing they're not gonna talk on. They're super creative. They could create a song at the drop of a hat. If you ever look at some of their sessions they have where they're just doing the beatbox and then looping that and throwing some more stuff on it, looping that, throwing some weird sounds in there, and it's amazing. I mean, visually they do kind of a gender bending thing. Like the one girl always wears sometimes wears like mustaches and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. So I mean, I don't know what else can I say about Coco Rosie. They're just insanely talented. It's crazy because one of them kind of sings like, I want to say sings like Bjork kinda, and the other one sings like, I I want to say, is it Billie Holiday? But like some old school, she has like an old school, old timey kind of a singing voice. Almost like you could almost hear her voice singing like commercial jingles back in like the 50s or something. She has that type of voice. Okay, so yeah, so that's my list. Now, one thing I noticed, and maybe some of you have noticed about this list, is that there's no women of color. And that bothered me. But if I'm true to who I listen to the most, then the list is straight on. I mean, I would have to lie to put somebody else on there. And a big problem is, like I was saying earlier, with these groups, they have niche audiences where their record labels, they already know that people are going to come out to see Tori, Bjork, Kate, PJ, Coco. People are going to show up to these concerts. So they're almost in a different world from a lot of black artists where it's a constant hustle. And did I get the hot song on last week? Did I get the, like who's featured on my song, and then who's doing the beats and stuff? And you could slam a really good big hit conducting yourself that way, but it takes a hit on longevity, because now say Tori Amos, right? She does her own music. She composes all her shit. I'm sure the people she's worked with probably the last umpteenth album. You know what I mean? Like, so the cohesion to a organization like hers is like airtight. And then you put on top of that the rock hard fan base that ain't going nowhere, that always knows what she produces, and that's what they're looking for, with just a little bit of a difference. And the same thing with all these people. They got they're just in another level when you get to that. And I don't feel like a lot of black female artists have ever been given that kind of opportunity to sort of, experiment, grow, but still have people backing them. I guess you could say Erykah Badu. I mean, and Erykah Badu would actually look right along with in this list, because these, she's eccentric. All of these are very eccentric chicks. But yeah, she just doesn't have the catalog. I would love to put her on a list, but I just don't think she has enough good material to be on a list. So, and that's the same thing with a lot of black artists. I love lots of black female artists, but it's just when it comes down to it, of how many, these chicks right here, front to back, flawless albums. Now, you could say you don't like their style, and that's not your cup of tea as far as that, but other than that, if you do like their style, they are giving their fans exactly what they want. And that's why, they don't have to play the game of, showing up at the radio stations all the time. And that's my top 5 female artists of, not all time, as of right now. There's still time for somebody to catch up. Like I said, I've been listening to these people forever, but there's still a time for somebody to catch my heart. And I'll just leave it right there, people. Thank you for joining me. Technology of Thought Institute. There's going to be more videos. I'm working on some right now. I'm going to be editing this. Hopefully I can get this out sometimes tonight, or at least in the morning. But keep following me. I'm going to keep working. I'm going to keep busting my ass for you guys. And enjoy the rest of your night, day, whatever. Bye, guys.